Alright, this is a great fucking question. Everybody's out here talking about how eating less, moving more doesn't work. It's not an effective means for weight loss. But yet, we're putting people on these medications which, in a sense, get them to eat less. So what the fuck is actually going on here? So first, a quick review of calories in versus calories out, okay? If your calories that are going in or the food that you are consuming is not less than the calories that are going out or the calories that you're burning on a daily basis, then you are not going to lose weight. Full stop, law of thermodynamics, we cannot get around this. So based on this, it looks like, well, if I just eat less and move more, my calories in will become less than my calories out and I'll lose weight, which is true. So the correct way to approach weight loss and obesity management is to say that it's not just eat less and move more. Eating less and moving more can lead to a calorie deficit, yes, but how do we get to that eating less and moving more? Is it just we wake up one day and just, I'm going to eat less and I'm going to move more? Clearly that's not the case. If it was just as simple as making a simple choice of eating less and moving more, I wouldn't have a fucking job. We wouldn't have an obesity epidemic. Now, this right here is just some of the potential factors that could lead to an individual developing obesity, alright? So, these factors need to be overcome for that individual to start eating less and moving more. If an individual doesn't have the money to afford the groceries and even to have a grocery store nearby, well, they're not going to be able to choose healthier type foods in order to get into a calorie deficit to lose weight. If an individual is not making enough money to go to the gym, they're not going to be able to work out. If an individual is not making enough money to put food on the table to begin with, they're not going to have the time to go for a walk because they're probably going to be working 3 jobs. On top of that, you're starting to interact with genetics, your microbiome, so the bacteria in our gut. All of these things can affect an individual's weight and how an individual ultimately loses weight and how they ultimately gain weight. And then on top of that, all these things can intertwine and intersect with each other and cause this whole fucking schmoz of shit that an individual needs to overcome in order to just eat less and move more. So you are right, eating less and moving more is what is needed in order to get into a calorie deficit. How an individual gets into that calorie deficit is the real big question, and everybody's going to be different. What these medications are tools to help them and help people overcome some of these barriers and obstacles that prevent them from eating less and moving more. Whatever it is that they got going on in their life, everyone's going to be different, have a different situation, and so these medications help and to support overcoming those barriers. So, hopefully that answers your question.